Hey, my friends, welcome back to the Grad Centric Podcast. We're going to continue our discussion of student loans. And in particular, we're going to talk about dentists today. So, all of us have to go and get our teeth cleaned, and we owe a lot to dentists. Well, unfortunately for dentists, they owe a lot to the federal government or private student loan lenders. The reason being is because dental school is expensive, just like medical school. And dentists come out with a decent amount of debt and have to learn how to manage that debt as they go into practice. And in particular, let me actually look up the numbers here for you. So a new dentist comes out on average with a little over $300,000 in student loan debt. And actually, if you look at private school graduates, they're coming out with almost $350,000 in student loan debt, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. So dentists on average, they're coming out with an average wage of $164,000. So you're coming out with almost double what your first year salary is, which again is pretty incredible when you think about it, and a little nerve-wracking if you're a brand new dentist. To add to this conundrum that dentists find themselves in, what happens is once dentists go into practice, the majority of them are actually practicing in their own business. So unlike maybe a doctor who has quite a few opportunities, and many of those opportunities are working for somebody else, like a hospital, many dentists are working for themselves. So not only do they have to deal with this crushing student loan debt, they have to think about potentially purchasing a practice, building one from scratch and maybe not having income coming in regularly until they build up a strong book of business. So dentists have quite a lot to deal with. Well, the good thing is, and to the point of this podcast episode, there are lots of programs for dentists to help them get some of this debt forgiven as they go out and work in the field. So what are some of those programs? Well, the first thing I would say is there are a lot of state level programs. So the American Dental Association publishes a number of these on their websites. All you have to do is Google, state loan assistance programs for dentists, and you'll find this list from the ADA. The next thing that I would say is there are a number of opportunities and programs kind of at larger federal organizations. So one of the main ones is the military. And so there are military programs within the Army, the U.S. Navy, the Air Force, and so each of these has their own version of a dental assistance program. Then there's HIS. Has a loan repayment program, the Indian Health Service loan repayment program, public service loan forgiveness, which is something that I'm sure we will continue to talk about as we go along, is certainly a program that could be applicable to dentists. National Health Service Corps loan repayment program is another one that's out there, and then the VA student loan repayment program as something that dentists can look into. And of course, there are many private entities out there that would essentially be very helpful in terms of a refinance. But before you go out and refinance your dental student debt, make sure that you're not losing opportunities from federal student debt. Lots of great repayment plans that can be very helpful to dentists. Public service loan forgiveness, it can be helpful for dentists. So please talk to somebody that knows what they're talking about before you actually go out and refinance. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. If you're a dentist listening to this, or you know somebody that is, feel free to forward this along.